name is Denominator, and yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this quick because I know that update videos are not everybody's cup of tea, but you know, I still try to be transparent with you guys when stuff is going on and when I'm staying busy. And considering that my last core video was 8 months ago, I figure you all deserve it. So, hey, GB Robo Retrospective is finally back on track. It only took 2/3 of a year to finally come out, but the reception for it has been really great so far. I want to thank you all for your continued support of this series. The retrospective means kind of everything to me in terms of Denominator. I have loved working on this project from day one. Honestly, the support and the fact that more people are remembering it too, that is what keeps me going. So thank you all for watching. I know that that's like a very cliche thing to say, but it still matters, and I'm serious. Thank you. You guys mean a lot to me. Second thing, you might notice, this is not my desk. I mean, it is, but long story short, I'm at university now, and that was the major life stuff that I was talking about back in that video, which had finished filming around April. Yeah, so basically what happened is a bunch of life stuff kind of caught up to me at once, quite a few things that I was behind on and I really needed to catch up on in order to be ready for this transition. Now, I'm only going to be here for about a year and a half or so, probably even shorter. Technically, that first half a year is already over, and I cannot believe that it is December. But long story short, I am back, and it feels good to be making videos again. Again, I understand that there are a lot of people who are probably wondering where I've been all this time, and you know what? I had a couple of other random little things I could have been posting in between videos, the core videos that is, but it didn't feel right, and I'm really sorry for keeping you guys waiting on like core content, because this retrospective, I do not want to rush, okay? Last video was like 40 plus minutes. That's kind of nuts for me. And a lot of editing went into that. I also had a lot going on before coming to university, so that kind of put my video editing as a whole pretty much on hold for about, I would honestly say, a good 6 months. I was trying to get ready for this big shift, and it has been. I will be honest, my life has been crazy busy, but at the same time, I have a lot more freedom now, and that includes this space. Believe it or not, I have about twice as much space as I did in my old room, and I can still not believe how much I am able to walk around in here. It's kind of insane. So if that tells you anything about my situation at home, I love the house, I love my room, but it's squished. And this place is actually way better for filming things, as is a lot of the resources at this university. And speaking of which, let's talk about the other content I want to bring to you guys before the year is out. So first of all, I have been working on quite a few university projects, as my major is literal digital media. I know, big surprise. But point being, I have been able to really stretch my skills and try to make new things, and I'm actually really proud of the content I've made this year. A lot of it I would like to bring to Denominator. I have a short film, a video essay, and some other third thing. Oh yeah, kind of a big deal actually. For those of you who remember my miscellaneous video about Miss Get Tiny Tail coming out in, I believe it's coming out next year. It's coming very soon. Said game is actually getting a lot of announcements lately, one of those being it's coming to Switch. This game, inspired by Chibi Robo, a Nintendo exclusive series, is coming to a Nintendo system. That is a huge deal. So I might as well spill the beans. I was planning on doing a developer interview with one of the creators of Miscellaneous, and during my TV studio class, I had the idea, what if I use this TV studio so that I could actually make this a more official looking interview? And we did. It was incredible. I still cannot believe how well it went over, considering that the developers of this game are on the other side of the world, but it worked. It worked great. So sometime, I'm gonna say either December or January, I have to edit down a couple things, make sure that it's all ready to go, but I'm going to have that on the channel very soon. So I hope you're looking forward to it. Next order of business is, of course, the retrospective itself. Don't worry, it's still on, and I have so much going on to make sure that it's good, but next episode is probably not going to take nearly as long to come out, partially because Park Patrol, the next game in the series on the DS, I actually have a fair amount of experience with, and you guys will hear about that in the upcoming video. But basically, the episode is going to be a lot easier to produce because I have experience with the game. Plug into Adventure was almost completely new territory for me. Before doing the retrospective episode, I had watched quite a few videos on it, and I really liked everything it was about. That was when I was still learning about Chibi Robo, so, you know, I was very new to the idea and what the game was about, so given the game's open-ended nature and how hard it was to figure out some of the puzzles because I am occasionally less than smart, I had a little bit of trouble getting everything finished, even though a lot of my footage, most of it was actually ready by like May or June. So I do apologize for the delay with that episode, and I know that like it is probably disappointing how often this kind of happens on this channel, but please do keep in mind this is not my job. I want to make more videos more often, and university has granted me a lot more time to do such things in between all my classes and little part-time work. So don't worry, we're still doing this, and I would like to keep it within the range of 20, 21, and 22. I think by the end of next year, I will be moving on to new things. But until then, I am full steam ahead with the retrospective whenever I have free time, and I'm not doing any other more important things. So yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to the continued episodes, and again, I appreciate your guys' support of the channel. It means the world to me. Last thing I want to talk about is games. I am actually the owner of 2 brand new consoles this year, one of them being a Wii U. Yeah, I know, I'm one of those people. So I understand that the Wii U is considered a commercial failure, and that is for a lot of reasons, but the thing is, the thing got a lot of good games before the end of its run, and while most of them have been ported to Switch, undeniably quite a few of them are just better on the system. I actually have both a Wii U and a Switch now, and that is thanks to, one, having some extra birthday money left over that I was able to use to get the Wii U, and then trading in a bunch of my old games, including a few that had way more value than I anticipated, and getting a Switch secondhand, barely used, at one of my favorite pawn shops ever. Like, greatest thing that has happened to me all year. So it's been a while since I was in the console game, actually. I've been solely gaming off of my 3DS basically for, I want to say like 5+ years. And I do still pop in the Wii every now and then, but yeah, I've been able to have a lot of different gaming experiences this year, stuff that I want to talk about. So what I'm thinking is, if I get the chance, I would like to make a games I played video at the end of December. So I basically just go through all the stuff that I played. That would include old games, new games. I played Portal 1 and 2 this year. I know, it takes a long time, but Potato here was just barely able to handle it, so it ran great, and yeah, I'll save those thoughts for later. But basically, I have really opened up my horizons this year, and I'd love to talk about some of the experiences I had because, as you guys know, I love the different experiences that games can offer, the stories they tell, the characters they develop, and the worlds they create. There is so much that you can do with that. Chibi Robo is just one of those examples, so if I get the chance, I'm going to be doing like a shorter video where I just talk about some of the stuff I played. A good chance is, after the retrospective is over, at some point, a good few of those games will get their own video, but I'm not going to focus on that heavily. But so much of me still wants to talk about them anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. One more thing I want to point out real quick before I go is, you guys are incredible. I have surpassed 300 subscribers on both my main and music preservation channels this year. And just a quick shout out to Updateinator Soundtracks. I've been able to do some really fun stuff with it this year, including a battle medley of Paper Mario the Origami King, which was received so well, I made a second one that has surpassed it in views in the span of a month. And YouTube algorithms are something else. As a matter of fact, the music channel has now surpassed my main channel in subs, and I do not know how to feel about that. It says a lot. I mean, it makes sense. So, I'm not upset about it. The fact that you guys are enjoying this stuff so much just goes to show that maybe I'm filling a need somewhere, and that's amazing. So thank you. I hope you guys give the music channel a check out. I have been doing a lot of little things to put up there. I want to update the Chibi Robo Photo Finder album at some point, but mainly right now I'm just putting up little things that I find to be obscure media or medleys or mashups, stuff that hasn't really been done before, and I would like to fill that kind of need. So that's it. Thank you so much for the continued support of Denominator. You guys are incredible, and the only reason I keep making this stuff is because I know someone out there actually really cares and enjoys these things. It's still kind of amazing to me how far I've come in the 3 years since I started this thing. I went back and watched one of my older videos a couple weeks ago and just looked at how terrible everything was and how much the lighting and the audio stunk, but that kind of thing shows me that I'm learning, and I think I've begun to appreciate more of the things that I've learned over these past few years. And while the transition to university has been a little rough, it has still allowed me to learn even more things. And I want to use all that in the future. So again, thank you so much for the support of this channel. Until then, whenever the next thing is, I would expect something in the next couple of weeks even. I'd like to get that video essay up probably in the next few days, so keep an eye out for it. But until then, this is Denominator signing off. See you later, Ominators. Until next video. Bye!